This may be the biggest thing that's ever happened.
This is the AmiVO's and Friends Super-Funtastic Happy Hour VOdcast Holiday Special with special guest stars B. Arthur, Art Carney, Diane Carroll, the Jefferson Starship, and Harvey Korman, all on the AmiVO's and Friends Super-Funtastic Happy Hour VOdcast Holiday Special.
What?
No. I thought you were actually gonna.
No, I'm just sitting here waiting for somebody else to start.
All right, fine. Welcome back, everybody.
No,
I'm gonna jump in. I'm jumping in.
Forget
I've never done this. So
I did this.
Screw you.
This was after.
Welcome back. It's the beginning of the show.
This is the last show that we did. Dave jumped in because you and I were talking.
Yeah. So fine. Fine. Welcome back, everybody, and Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Joyeux Noel.
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
you're multilingual.
I am.
And that's offensive.
It's another fine episode, our holiday episode, our first holiday episode.
That's right.
Of the AmiVO's and Friends Super-Funtastic Happy Hour VOdcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas.
See, now you know.
That's
Happy
tough.
Hanukkah.
This shit's hard.
Happy Hanukkah.
To my right, AmiVO Dave McRae.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever else is involved.
To my left, AmiVO Mike Pongracz.
I'm more in front of you than to your left.
Well, behind a speaker.
Oh!
And I am AmiVO Garnet Williams. Happy to be here. And I'm going to turn the announcing reins over to Mike now because I have to look.
Man,
No. I have to look for. Well, okay, fine. It's our Christmas special, as I mentioned, and we've greeted everybody, and we don't really have a guest, so this is.
Well, we do. Gene Audrey's coming in here, and.
He's gonna sing a little song for y'all.
Gene Autry. Wait. I said Audrey. It's Autry, isn't it?
Gene
Autry, yes. Gene Autry is in here, ladies and gentlemen.
Up on the housetop, click, click, click.
If you
down through the chimney with good Saint Nick.
If you hang around long enough, the Rockettes will be making an appearance too. Because it is Christmas.
It's a big show we got.
And we're also
we've spent a lot of money on this show.
Yes, we did. And this show will be a little. It won't be as long as.
No, it's going to be shorter. We don't have a guest, so it's AmiVO and no friends. Super fantastic.
Excuse me, Gene. Don't worry about it. You're my friend, Gene. Okay.
We are throwing the conventional,
Oh, okay, if you say so.
the conventional sort of layout of the show out because we do have family stuff to do and the holidays are very busy. But we did want to get together just to do a quick sort of almost a Christmas / year-end wrap and look back because we are going to be coming up on our first year as the three AmiVO's.
Yeah, which is exciting.
And it's amazing how much has changed since we first started talking about this idea.
Yeah.
And from sort of a marketing of who we are as voice talent and how we've sort of given ourselves almost this logo.
New identity.
Yeah, a logo.
And folks, this is just the beginning.
It is. And it's a brand.
It's a brand.
It's a brand. Which is something that's not uncommon in this sort of new social media world of voiceover and sort of the online presence. But what it did for us is it gave us an opportunity to take three guys who tend to run in the same circles. We've mentioned before, auditions, work-wise, we were represented by the same agency.
Yeah.
But it's given us a chance to sort of put a brand, a sort of a funny brand on it.
Yeah, to have some fun with it.
Yeah, and allow us to do this podcast, VOdcast.
Podcast, VOdcast.
You know, we like
voiceover VOdcast.
Keep the brand.
That's right. Yes, VOdcast.
To do the VOdcast and sort of give us, something to stand under. And also toques with, the 3 meals,
Yes.
which I'm wearing because it's cold outside. Up here in Canada, we're experiencing winter.
It's cold outside.
Oh, Baby, so I don't want to dovetail on this one, but my son just discovered the movie Elf.
Oh, that's so good.
Which
I wasn't a huge fan.
No, but
really?
No, but I'm sorry. Leon Redbone and new girl, what's her name?
Zooey Deschanel.
Zooey Deschanel. Their version of "Baby It's Cold Outside" is kick-ass.
Yes. Well, my son is now. He sings that thing, so I'm afraid he's going to wind up in the woman's locker room singing the second half.
In the woman's locker room. What is he?
He could do worse.
What is he? 17?
If you haven't seen the movie,
Yes.
And Dave has, there's the scene where Zooey Deschanel is in the shower singing "Baby It's Cold Outside,"
Yes.
and Will Ferrell, in his naivete, just I love hearing the song, is sitting right next to her singing the other half of the song.
Yes.
And so my son is now singing the Will Ferrell part.
Ah.
So I'm
and
afraid,
who's singing the...
was in real life?
Yeah, your wife right now? Or?
No, I just hope it's not
Your daughter. Your son and daughter could
This
do
is
like a
going down
duet.
a bad path.
Oh, so no, I didn't mean in that way. I just meant because they're young, it would be cute, you know?
I know. No,
Yeah.
it's just strictly him. I think he's just discovered this movie. So now Elf is the Christmas classic. I tried to get him in on the Christmas Carol. No, the Christmas Story.
Yes.
See, there's another
Peter
one too that I was like,
really?
I don't know what it was.
Garnet?
You have a cold, dark heart.
It might be. It might be. I don't know what it was.
But are you more in tune with the animated stuff? Like
I mean, there are some.
Rudolph.
I mean, I like Christmas Vacation. Who doesn't? Yeah. I mean, that's that's it's a classic.
Wonderful Life.
Who doesn't?
White Christmas is my guilty pleasure. I watched that.
You know what I like?
Like 100 times over the holidays.
I like, and it sort of slips under the radar. And I believe it was one of. What the?
He's going to say like Christmas with the Cranks.
No, I'm not going to. No,
Surviving Christmas.
Jingle all the way.
Four Christmases,
Cookies? Those are my cookies. No.
Dig out the worst Christmas movies of all time.
No, I was not going to say Christmas with
I apologize.
Christmas with
Dave.
the Cranks.
I apologize.
I mean, that atrocious piece of crap that came out of Jamie Lee Curtis and Dan Aykroyd and Tim Allen, right?
Tim Allen is a national treasure.
He is more than a national treasure.
And you know what? You should experience pure Michigan.
Leave it to you to bring it back to VO. That's good.
Thank you very much. What movie were you talking about?
Well, I was going to say it's one that I find when people are talking about Christmas movies tends to slip under the radar a bit. When you watch it, it's not a great movie by any means.
I know where you're going with this.
No, you have no idea where I'm going with this
Okay,
because I think it's so under the radar that you probably don't even remember it. 1985-86.
Okay.
I believe it was shot up in Meaford, Ontario.
Okay.
And it's a Disney film. And I believe, what's her face? The Canadian actress turned director.
Megan Follows.
No. Sarah Polley. She's in it, not a starring role, but she makes a cameo as a young
not
girl.
Going where I was going.
Yeah, see, I told you, you son of a gun. Okay, so it's called One Magic Christmas.
Oh, okay.
And it's got Mary Steenburgen. Steenburgen, is that it? Yeah.
Mary Steenburgen.
She's in it, and it's essentially about she's a Grinch. She doesn't like Christmas. She never says Merry Christmas. She doesn't say I love you or anything like that. Santa's a piece of whatever.
Yeah.
And she's got 2 young kids and a husband. And make a long story short, eventually the husband is shot at the bank by somebody. I know.
Merry
isn't it
Christmas.
awful? No, wait a second. Yes. It's every time I told this to every time
I got you some lead.
She's shot at the bank by Santa. No. There's he's shot. He dies. Okay.
There's better.
No, you've got to give the movie a chance. It is a very magical.
Couldn't just let
film.
him off with a seasonal wounding. We had to kill him.
He comes back.
Okay.
He comes back.
Okay.
Because only she can bring him back.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
I
Because
see where this is going.
and the kids and the whole spirit of Christmas and Santa's in there and the little girl goes to the actual North Pole to see Santa.
Okay.
And it's actually a really nice film.
Oh, well, I'll have to see it now.
You will have to see it.
I was going to say, by the sound of this, you could just watch Old Yeller and just use some sleigh bells in the background.
It's called
That's one magical Christmas.
Merry Christmas, boy. Wow.
It's called One Magic Christmas.
Magic Christmas. See, I thought you were going in a completely different direction with one of those. It's a Christmas movie that falls under the radar because people don't think of it as a Christmas movie.
And who doesn't? Yes. Okay.
Die Hard 2.
Yeah, Die Hard 2 is a great
Both of
Christmas
them are
movie.
Christmas movies.
Of course.
Die Hard 2 is a great Christmas movie.
Oh, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Anyway.
And who doesn't love Ernest Saves Christmas?
Okay.
I mean, I'm telling you right now. No, well, you know what? It's got no.
Home Alone.
Home Alone
Is a Christmas movie.
Home Alone is a great Christmas.
Now,
movie.
so if we get this back to voice,
Santa shoots the
Yeah.
father.
if we get back to voice here.
Well, you mentioned
animated.
You
films.
mentioned animated.
Yes.
Yeah, that I want to touch on that during the show.
Okay. I like that. That's good.
I have a little holiday animated segment. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
He's got to say, he opens the show, and
Yes.
now he's got a segment too.
Oh. I'm here, bitches. 2014 is my year.
And did the money pay for this? I mean, we have to listen to this crap? All right. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Well, I say we flip a coin now because apparently he's got a segment, so one of us has to do the AmiVO iceberg tip. So,
All right. We'll flip the coin. Okay.
Okay.
We'll
You
flip
got
the
a coin?
coin. Yeah. Hang on.
got a coin?
Here we go. Hang on.
You got a coin?
Wait, I
He
thought
should
I
have.
did.
He was a voice actor. He should have some money.
I should have some money, although
I've got a coin.
I haven't worked since 98.
I have a loony.
Oh, wow.
No, that's a toonie.
Oh, that's toonie. I have a toonie. Our money's hard.
This is...
I have 2 quarters and a loony. What do you want to go with? The toonie, the loony, or the quarter?
Well, I'll go with the quarter. Keep
Okay,
it
all right.
old school.
All right.
All right, here we go. Now
Okay.
I'm going to let it fall on the
Okay,
table
sounds
so the
good.
microphone can
Okay,
hear this.
That's good.
All right, here we go.
Heads.
It's heads, ladies and
it is.
gentlemen.
Okay.
So I'll throw and let Dave do the AmiVO iceberg tip, and then when we come back, Garnet's.
But I
apparently
thought
got
you
a
were doing the
segment.
tip because you called heads.
No, because I'm going to throw to the. It would just sound awful. See, this is the old radio thing again.
Okay.
But AmiVO Garnet's got a segment. So
Okay.
who needs an interview when we've got AmiVO Garnet running the show now?
So I'm doing the Christmas tip?
You're doing the AmiVO iceberg Christmas tip.
Okay, well, it's all about guns and Santa Claus.
It's a very magic Christmas. We come back with AmiVO Garnet and his segment speaking on animated Xmas films, not triple Xmas films, Xmas films. On the
Ho, ho, ho.
and the mic is dropped. The AmiVO's and Friends Super-Funtastic Happy Hour podcast continues after this.
We'll be right back with more festive merriment on the 3 AmiVO's holiday special right after this.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Hi, everybody. Dave McRae here. I just want to take this opportunity to wish all of you a Merry f***ing Christmas. It's a wonderful time of year, isn't it? So here is my AmiVO Christmas fun fact. So about 10 years ago, my older sister asked me to play Santa Claus at her children's work Christmas party. So, of course, I said, sure. I mean, I jumped at the opportunity to play Santa Claus. While I was there, all the kids were there, and it was a wonderful time, and it was snowing outside, and I was totally on. I was in my element, I was performing, I was there, I was good, but there was this kid that was sort of in the background, and he had this skeptical look on his face, like he didn't quite believe that I was the real Santa Claus. He had that smug, egotistical, downright self-centered look on his face, like some 6-year-old children have. Anyway, so eventually he comes up and he sits on my knee, and he's looking at me, and he's examining my beard, trying to see if it's real, and he's looking at me with those piercing 6-year-old child eyes. And of course, I'm a little nervous, because I'm thinking, well, what am I going to do? But I was hell-bent on convincing this child that I was Santa Claus. But I didn't know how I was going to do it. I mean, I'm not magic. I can't levitate. I don't have any reindeer out the back. What am I going to do? Not that Santa Claus levitates, but you know what I'm saying. So I finally, just something within me, I don't know what it was, but it was something in me. I felt it. I don't know if it was a psychic moment or what happened, but I just felt, I looked at the child, and right then and there, I felt, this child comes from a home that has 2 dogs. I don't know, I could feel it, so I just casually asked him in the Santa voice,
How are your 2 dogs?
and he looked at me, and his eyes just widened in absolute fear and terror, and he looked at me and he was like, they're fine. And it was at that moment that I knew I had convinced this little arrogant, smug child that I was Santa Claus. Oh, it was a beautiful Christmas moment. And now, back to the show.
And now, now, three guys who will never be mistaken for wise men.
Ho, ho, ho!
We return to the Three AmiVO's holiday special.
And we're back! Ho, ho, ho! Yeah, I'm doing this.
Letting you do that was my present to you.
Thank you. You're so kind. Welcome back to the AmiVO's and Friends Super-Funtastic Happy Hour Podcast Christmas Edition.
Yes.
What is
Just
that from?
hear those sleigh bells jingling, jingling.
You can't sing any more than that, otherwise we have to pay.
You're right.
Well, it's fun. I mean, you guys know this because we've talked about it, but
The Three AmiVO's are here and they love you.
it's that time of year where there's a lot of parody stuff, and I don't know. I know, Dave, you do stuff for Encore Avenue, which is a movie channel up here. I've had to do some stuff for one of the channels that I'm doing where it's Christmas based stuff, and I've had to sing a parody for their promos,
Right.
Which was kind of neat this year to do because it's not something that normally you'll get to do for fun, but the Christmas thing, I had to sing "Deck the Halls" to some Eddie Murphy movies, so now I got into the Christmas spirit.
You know, another
early.
great Christmas movie is Gremlins.
What the hell? Bit Killer Jones over here.
So
Osmosis Jones.
Sorry, AmiVO Garnet. Sorry, I don't want to dip into this. So AmiVO Garnet was talking about animated films because obviously this show.
Well, not animated films,
Or-
not films per se.
Okay.
Just Christmas specials that we
Christmas
all grew
specials.
up with. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which entails a lot of animated stuff. Though.
Like
Yeah,
a Charlie Brown Christmas, you know,
Yeah,
that kind of
like
thing.
yeah, that's on the list, and this is not by any means the end all be all. Like
definitive-
my word is the last word on this.
Sure.
No, this is just what I term my top 10
Okay.
favorite
Okay.
animated Christmas specials. I know there's a lot out there.
Do we have an intro for this too? The top 10 with Garnet.
We do now.
Oh wow!
That was
There we go.
That was nice.
Thank
That was
you.
very nice.
Thank you. Add a little jingle under that.
Your voice, birdsong. Seriously. So, really. So I just will mention a couple of things beforehand. This is going to be heavy with Rankin and Bass stuff.
Okay.
There's no escaping that.
Yeah.
You can't get away from that.
Yep.
And when I say classic, I don't just mean in age, because some of these have been around since the 60s, I think, when Rankin Bass first started churning these out. It can also refer to not just age, but the voice cast, the
Yes.
style of animation.
That's right.
And just the story itself. Lots of things make something a classic.
The impact on popular culture.
Yes, that as well. So all kinds of things make something. You could make a good argument that right now, Elf, what we were talking about earlier, is a Christmas classic.
Right.
Just because it has become so endearing to so many
That's
people.
true, yeah.
So,
Right.
so just bear that in mind. So here we go. Without any further ado, number 10, Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey.
I have never heard
Wow,
of it.
you are going obscure.
No, this is a classic. This is awesome.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
It's Rankin Bass,
Is there a gun
1977.
in Santa in there?
No donkeys were harmed in the making of this Christmas special.
Wow.
It's a Rankin Bass, so it's done with their puppet claymation kind of animation.
Okay.
Same story as Rudolph. This little donkey is born with long, huge ears. He's outcast, and he ends up redeeming himself in the eyes of other people by being a donkey at Jesus' side in the manger.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's kind of heavy.
And this was the Rankin and Bass. Now,
This was Rankin and Bass, 1977, and the voice cast, narrated by Roger Miller, King of the Road himself.
Okay.
And also starred Brenda Vaccaro.
Brenda Vaccaro.
Vaccaro. Brenda Vaccaro. Don Messick, the man, the
Really?
legend, the myth, and Rankin and Bass staple Paul Freese.
I was going to say, did he play Santa Claus in this? Because he plays Santa Claus in a lot of the Rankin and Bass stuff.
So that's number 10. That's number 10.
Okay,
Number
well, that's
9.
one I haven't heard of, but okay.
Number 9, Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
Oh yeah.
Seen that one?
Yeah.
Yep, Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
It's not
This-
the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No. This was a sequel, and again, they're really hammering on this whole perceived deformity as a plot point.
Okay.
In this case,
He has a deformity in it?
Well,
Plot
Rudolph's
point.
red nose was a deformity, and he was shunned.
Oh, yes, he was.
And Nestor, the long-eared donkey, had long ears, and he was shunned.
This had one of my favorite actors of that time period
It did?
as a voice. Yes, and a guy who I sort of not in a roundabout way, well, kind of roundabout way, one of my favorite Jokers of all time, Frank Gorshin.
Riddler.
Riddler, not Joker, Riddler, was a voice in this. Sir 10-3.
He was. The cast is huge. Billy May Richards is back as Rudolph, Canadian talent. Let's give it up for Canada.
Yes.
She was fantastic. Also, Maury Amsterdam, you might remember him from the Dick Van Dyke Show. Frank Gorshin, Paul Frees, and Don Messick again.
And Red Skelton was in this too.
Yes.
What year was this?
This one was 1976, and basically
it's the sequel to the
original Rudolph.
Right.
The baby New Year has gone missing because he was born with big ears, and everybody makes fun of him. And Rudolph has to search for him, like all over the world through these different lands, and he picks up some friends that help him. So it's like this adventure where they all go looking for the baby New Year. Yeah, it's a good story. Okay. Now kicking it up. Something a little more recent. I don't know if you guys, when you were younger, I was a huge fan of Bloom County, the comic strip. Opus the Penguin.
Yeah.
Bill the Cat.
Bill the Cat, yeah.
Bloom County, Outland, Opus, they were all variations of this comic strip.
Right.
The creator of that created a comic strip, a cartoon in 1991 called A Wish for Wings That Work, that had basically Opus wishing that he could fly like other birds, but he's a penguin and he can't.
Okay.
And then one night his skills as a penguin helps Santa's sled that crashes into a lake. He swims it out, and Santa convinces him that he has worth because even though he can't fly, he still has skills and he is loved.
Gotcha.
The voice cast.
I'm 1 for 2.
Yeah, voice cast.
'Cause I don't.
Michael Bell.
Oh.
Who was basically the voice of my childhood amongst many others. But every cartoon I watched as a child had Michael Bell in it.
Okay.
Frank Welker.
Oh, well, okay.
Tress MacNeille.
Okay.
John Biner.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bizarre. John Binder was in that. Yeah.
Joe Alasky.
Oh, wow.
And only because I think that this was executive produced by Spielberg or DreamWorks. And Spielberg at the time was working with Dustin Hoffman and Robin Williams on Hook.
Right.
They do cameo voices in this uncredited.
Oh,
So
that's neat.
It was very cool. So 1991, A Wish for Wings That Work.
Okay.
A Wish for Wings
Number
That Work.
6.
Okay, we're 7. Number 7.
7?
That was 7.
Number
Yeah.
7. This
Okay,
is The
7.
Year Without a Santa Claus. Now, you guys got to know this one.
The Year Without a Santa Claus. It sounds really
Heat Miser,
familiar.
Cold Miser.
No.
The Year
No?
Without
Oh,
a
wow,
Santa
I feel
Claus.
like I missed
You
it.
know, that sounds very familiar to me.
You guys had no childhood.
But it might have been because I did not see Santa when I was a kid for a few Christmases. No, I'm kidding. He came
That was
every year
very,
for me.
Very dark.
It was very dark. He came every year.
Mickey Rooney is back as Santa because he played Santa in the original Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Rankin
Okay.
Bass.
Right.
So he's back as Santa. And
So this is the sequel to Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
This is a sequel to that in that Santa is just not going out this year because people don't believe anymore. So
maybe
Mrs. Claus sends an elf out on a quest to basically convince people to believe. Dick Shawn, George S. Irving, Bob McFadden, Shirley Booth, and
Shirley Booth.
and the songs are actually really good. That's something you got to give credit to. Is like with all of these specials, they had songs in them that were
the orchestral arrangements and everything. It was a bigger production.
Yeah.
What year was that?
That came out in 1974.
Now is that claymation as well?
Yeah, that's the marionette style that they.
Oh, marionette.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was more puppets that they do like stop motion, stop
Yeah.
animation.
Okay.
Rankin and Bass's. Now that you mentioned that, they did do classic animation.
Right.
As is the case with this. This is a Rankin and Bass production. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, 1974.
Oh, okay.
Now, no puppets here, but it tells the story of a young mouse who sends a letter to Santa saying the town does not believe anymore, and Santa's going to bypass them because of that, the whole town. So to convince Santa that they do, a local clockmaker makes a beautiful clock that plays a song that will hopefully make Santa come to their town after all. It's narrated by George Gobel.
Okay.
Features the talents of Joel Grey, Tammy Grimes, and Bob McFadden, and the songs are really catchy. Like it's ear candy; they're in your ears for days.
It's interesting how a lot of these productions, which can be similar today when you look at the way the animation works, a lot of the same voices.
Yes.
You see them over. Like Bob McFadden was actually in. No, I can't remember. The one we just did at number 7.
Yeah.
The Wish.
The Year Without Santa Claus.
Year Without Santa Claus. He was in that as well. So, and a lot of these guys, and Paul Frees, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, especially
Santa.
Paul Frees and Billy May Richards and somebody else. I'll get to his name later on. Canadian talent was just I guess a cheaper way to go back then. With Rankin, when Rankin Bass first started up.
Okay.
So yeah.
So we're now in the top 5 here.
We are now in the top 5, and okay, this one's for you guys. You can
Wait, I thought we're at 5 now.
Yeah, we're on.
Okay.
We're
Twas the Night was
good.
6.
Good day, and welcome to day 5. You all know that was very Canadian reference.
Wow,
that was obscure. Okay, so you all know the song "Santa Claus is Coming to Town."
Yeah.
1970. Mickey Rooney, aside from being just one hell of an actor, is in my mind that voice is Santa Claus around Christmas time. Because you know what? Just because you grew up watching this every year, so as opposed to live action Santas that are all like ho ho ho, he plays it a little.
Do that again.
Me.
No, I'm not doing it again.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, we're not having dueling Santas right now. Anyway.
Sorry, not to veer off topic, but tell me if there's one thing in voiceover that is everybody pulls out that doesn't do very well.
Yes.
Not saying you guys Santas, but everybody tries to do a Santa Claus ho ho ho.
Yeah, it's true.
Ho ho ho.
I bet you Santa Claus probably listens to all these and goes, "Really, guys?
You're getting a lump of coal."
If it was me, I'd probably be like,
No, I think Santa probably looks down and goes, really, guys, I don't even say ho ho ho.
Yeah, he probably doesn't.
I'm like,
He's probably like, guys, I don't even say ho 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 unless it's in the bedroom. Like, come on.
Again, my earlier reference.
Why? Children are listening to this.
Okay, so you know the story as well. I'm sure you've all seen it. Burgermeister Meisterburger,
which was Paul Frees.
Yes,
he was not Santa in this one.
No.
But he was Santa in the Rudolph.
And it was narrated by Fred Astaire as well, which I thought was kind of cool.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Number 4.
Number 4.
As you see, we're progressing to what I think are the absolute best.
Okay.
The higher we go. Okay.
Yes. Mine still hasn't come up yet. So
okay, we'll see.
I have hope.
Perhaps,
hope
Michael.
For your top.
Just perhaps, Michael.
Okay. All right.
This could be your favorite.
Okay. Number 4.
Here we go.
Number 4. A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
1965.
1965. So the year after Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The story is charming. The music is timeless, and just. Great.
I like the little tree in it. I like how it's like a stick or something.
But this one, none of the actors that are in the voice actors in this are actually credited, are they?
I have down Peter Robbins played Charlie Brown in this and the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Okay.
But they were like Menudo because their voices changed so quickly that
as soon as they started sounding like adults, they got dumped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Moving on to number 3.
Number 3.
Frosty the Snowman.
See.
Frosty the Snowman.
Happy birthday.
Exactly.
That's of all the Frosties, that's what I remember.
That's what you remember from that.
That's all you need to remember.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Oh no, that was no. He didn't sound like that. Who sang the Frosty the Snowman theme in that? It was
that was the narrator.
Jimmy Durante.
Jimmy Durante. Yeah.
Frosty the Snowman was a happy, jolly soul.
The voice cast. Yes, go ahead, Michael.
Thank you. I was just going to say, this is the one where Paul Frees was Santa Claus, was he not?
Yes.
And the traffic cop.
Yes.
Okay.
The traffic cop.
He was the Eddie Murphy of 1960s animated specials.
Yes.
He's playing everybody in this one.
That's right.
He is.
The animation cast was rounded out.
Frosty the Snowman. Sorry. You said it in the... Sorry.
The voice cast rounded out by Jackie Vernon as Frosty, Billy DeWolf, Paul Frees, as you mentioned, and the First Lady of Voiceovers, June Foray, as Karen, Frosty's little
that's right.
little traveling
companion.
companion. I don't know. That makes it sound kind of seedy. I don't know.
Seedy.
Friend.
Hello,
Traveling
Mr. the Snowman. A table for you and your dog. daughter?
I see you have a traveling
You're
companion under the age of 8.
You're sullying this.
Okay.
Number two.
Okay, number two. You know what? Not a damn thing wrong with Frosty at all.
I
but
quite admire him.
But number 2,
Okay.
Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole
Oh,
Christmas. That's my number 2. Chuck Jones' animation style is without peer.
Yeah, of
course.
From when you would see him, doing stuff for Warner Brothers to I loved his Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Yes.
They were just fantastic, and you can tell that animation style.
It's a style, yeah.
That's my older
signature.
sister's favorite Christmas.
Oh, really? The
As it should be. It should be.
Yeah.
It was narrated by Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
And little known fact, the song "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch" was not sung by Karloff.
Mr. Grinch.
Not sung by Karloff.
Who was it?
Thurl Ravenscroft, who you might know as the voice of Tony the Tiger. They're great.
Quite.
And outside of those two voices, the only other person who talks in the entire production is little Cindy Lou Who that says, "Why, Santa Claus? Why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree?"
That's
voiced
June Foray.
by June Foray.
There we go. Neat.
And
Mother of
Okay,
voiceover
so
herself.
we've got to number
First Lady of VO.
one.
Yes,
we've
right.
come to number one. And
Number one. What do you
Not
think
a
it is?
shot.
Now, it's got to be.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not on the list yet. It's got to
we
be.
did Shiny New Year, so it's the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
It's got to be.
All right.
You're correct. It's the one that started it all. It's 49 years old this year.
Wow.
49 years old. And I'm not going to go over the story. Everybody knows it. The song tells the story for goodness sakes. But narrated by Burl Ives, who also sings the title song. And Canadian voice talents abound. We mentioned Billy Mae Richards before. She voices Rudolph. She thinks I'm cute.
Yeah.
She's joined by Larry D. Mann, Paul Soles, and Paul Kligman, who is also remembered as the voice of J. Jonah Jameson in the 1967 Spider-Man cartoon.
Yes.
Parker! He's Rudolph's dad.
Very good, boys. You'd think we'd done this before.
We did stereo Parkers.
Which, to the new generation, that's just a Jason Statham film now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just a stellar production from start to finish. And if it taught us anything, one damn thing.
It's that being a dentist is okay.
No, it's that Bumbles bounce. So there's my.
That's true too.
So that's my list. That's my list.
Some obscure ones in there.
Yeah.
Some
You know what? Yeah,
obscure ones,
but I like it. Overall, I like it. You know what?
It's a nice cross section.
Going through this list almost made me feel like it was 85 again, and I was sitting there watching this on TV. You know?
I would be fascinated because a lot of these productions done back in the early days. You know what? Let's do the AmiVO's fun fact because I want to bring up something that my wife and I were talking about this about all these happy sort of like Christmassy things when they were done. Anyway, just do the fun fact.
Okay.
AmiVO Dave's going to do the fun fact. And when we come back...
No, I thought I did the...
you did?
the
Yeah, I got to
tip.
do that. So
yeah, you have to do the fun
Now, I
fact.
am throwing to myself after all.
No, you are. No, wait. Okay, so we'll be right back after this. Mike's gonna do the AmiVO fun fact, and when we come back, Mike again is gonna start talking, and he's gonna tell us he's gonna tell us about this conversation that he was having with his wife about something that we have yet to know. We don't know it. We have no idea what he's going to talk about.
You know what?
So here we go. Here is the AmiVO's.
You know how we're talking about the lead in the stocking, the old Yeller thing? This is what it's coming to.
I thought it was Joe Cipriano in the stocking.
AmiVO's and Friends Super-Funtastic Happy Hour podcast continues
right after this.
We'll be right back with more festive merriment on the Three AmiVO's holiday special right after this.
Merry Christmas!
Here's another Three AmiVO's iceberg tip.
Ho, 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 it's AmiVO Mike with a very special AmiVO Christmas iceberg tip. This one's pretty simple and straightforward. It's the holidays. Take some time away from your mic and enjoy it with your family and friends. There's always time to work after the holidays. In fact, January can be a pretty slow month for most. So enjoy the time with family and friends, get into the festive spirit right now, and do that. Don't be doing what I'm doing right now and standing in front of a microphone. As I'm looking out my studio window and seeing my children looking at me with disdain, I think it's time for me to go. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, we'll talk to you soon.
Taking a break from trying to figure out exactly what the hell nog is. we return to the Three AmiVO's holiday special.
And we're back!
There we go. See that?
Welcome back to the AmiVO's and Friends Super-Funtastic Happy Hour VOdcast. My name is Dave McRae.
Dave McRae,
He gets it right.
And that was a AmiVO fun fact
Christmas fun fact.
a Christmas fun fact from yours truly, AmiVO Mike Pongracz.
Yours truly. Mine's truly.
His truly. His truly. Yeah,
Him.
not my truly.
Him truly.
Him truly.
Him truly, Mike Pongracz. And now I'm going to throw it to Mike because he's about to speak again on some revelation he had with his wife.
No,
okay,
well,
go ahead.
We were talking about this because back in the old days,
The old-timey days?
in the old-timey days,
Yes.
when you just got in the studios, I'm sure they had a lot of cigarettes back in those days.
Yeah,
They'd sit in front of the
probably.
microphones, smoke like, and I'm thinking all these kids' animated shorts that I would have loved to have been there when they were recording all these, very wholesome, like, nice, like Frosty and all this, and I could just imagine in between cuts, like they'd be like, Jesus Christ, dropping,
for sure.
F-bombs and like, hey, Frosty, just being completely crass. I would love to have heard outtakes of these.
Oh, I would
sessions.
have.
Well, you
It
called
would've
it with
been
the smoking.
funny.
I've heard stories that Mel Blanc, when he was in like Warner Brothers recording Bugs Bunny and stuff like that, and June Foray was a smoker back in the day as well. While they're in there, like, okay, my line.
But it's watching
for
these
sure.
wholesome cartoons.
Yes.
And just as
Watching the voice
as
behind
an
it.
actor now,
Yeah.
wondering back then how dirty and rude in between takes. Because I know when we do sessions now, there's some of those off.
yeah.
The takes in between takes.
Yes.
Some of the funniest material
You've
happens
heard
there.
the Porky Pig outtake,
Right.
So that
Yeah.
stuff definitely goes on.
So I could-
for
the,
sure.
the Donald Duck outtake reel.
I think it would have been hilarious to hear the Frosty or the Rudolph and just in between
it
takes.
would have been funny.
We
Most of the old, not just with Christmas, but a lot of the old animated cartoons, whether it was Hercules or whether it was He-Man or whatever it was, Fables of the Green Forest.
Wow.
You know who would be,
You know what I mean?
who would be good to ask, because I don't know how much he was in the studio with his dad, but Fred Freeze.
Yeah.
I want
His dad was in all of these damn
Yeah,
things.
it
so-
would be interesting, but I don't know the timeline if he would have been. But that would have been so cool. Just Paul Frees, who I love Paul Frees as a Disney fan, like Haunted Mansion. I mean,
Yeah.
that's it would be just cool to hear like in between takes of Frosty as the traffic cop. Get out of the way, you son of a bitch! This goddamn snowman is melting on my shoe.
I bet you it exists.
It would be fun.
I bet you it exists.
So this is what we discussed, and that and the smoking, just like that.
Okay.
In between, back in the old-timey days.
Yeah.
I think we should do an entire episode just talking in old-timey.
I think we should, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back.
Three AmiVO's and fantastic, super-fantastic Happy Hour podcast.
Vodcast.
I can't even get it right. It's the vaudeville.
But you can get it right, you son of a bitch.
So, that wraps up the Christmas edition of the program. Yeah, that's exactly.
Stop now.
Okay.
You're ruining Christmas.
We want you to have a very Merry
You're
Christmas
ruining-
and a Happy New Year. We'll be back right after this.
You're both ruining.
No, if I wanted to ruin Christmas, I would do blue Christmas without you. Speaking of voices that everybody does, there's a Santa and there's an Elvis at this time of year, so
Yeah.
we've just nailed both.
As the snow flies on a cold and gray
now-
Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto.
So not only do we get the
And his
one
mama
magic
cried.
Christmas reference where Dave is bringing Christmas down to a gunshot. Now we've got Elvis singing in the ghetto at Christmas.
Well, actually, my father was a huge Elvis fan.
Your
Huge.
father was born in the ghetto.
No, my dad was a huge Elvis fan and almost had the opportunity to meet him actually in
well, that's right.
1977.
Well, your father was a
But-
prominent.
He was a journalist.
Journalist.
Yeah,
Reporter,
and
but journalist, yeah.
he almost had a chance to meet him in the late 70s, but of course he died before he had a chance to. But my dad was a huge Elvis fan. I grew up on Elvis. I mean, whether it was his gospel stuff or his rock and roll or whatever it was, more his rock and roll stuff. But I know a lot about Elvis. He died, August 16th, 1977. His birthday's January 8th, 1935.
This isn't the
Just
Elvis
all things
Christmas
like that.
special.
Hey, baby, it is. Come on.
I still have the Elvis Christmas album on vinyl. I do, and that song is,
Oh, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. No, but yeah, I mean, you know what? But you're right. Everybody does a Santa. Everybody does an Elvis
at Christmas. So there you go.
Yeah.
We've
done both.
Yes, we have.
Both. That will wrap it up for our Christmas edition. A look down animated Christmas lane, thanks to AmiVO Garnet, and like I mentioned, it was some very obscure ones, but some very
Yeah. So if anybody disagrees, agrees, or wants to tell me some that I might have missed as far as they're concerned, give us a holler. Facebook page, the Three AmiVO's.
Three AmiVO's on Twitter at the Three AmiVO's. Yeah, let me get it right. At the Three AmiVO's. Email 3amivos@gmail.com. Our website 3amivos.com as well. The guy to my left, AmiVO Dave McRae. The voice man.
Voiceman with 2N's.com.
DaveMcRae.ca.
Right.
He'll be appearing in Vegas.
And a cool little bit of time.
Well, we know what to get AmiVO Dave for Christmas. Just an Elvis box set.
No, a muzzle. A muzzle.
WilliamsVoiceover.com.
Voiceovers.
But it's changing too, isn't it?
And Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody out listening right now.
That's so nice.
You're in my heart. Always.
But not for very long.
I thought you were going to go Rod Stewart there.
No, you're in my heart.
I am AmiVO Mike, mpvoiceovers.com. All things Mike.ca still goes there. But I'm working on it.
Hopefully in 2014 at some point.
Hopefully in 2014. When we come back in the new year, we'll be able to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the Three AmiVO's.
Which is a huge show. I mean, we're going to have...
We'll have dancing ponies.
Dancing ponies and... Rob Ford's going to be joining us in the new year, ladies and gentlemen.
Our apologies to the Rockettes that we ran out of time.
And Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
We'll get him on next time.
For AmiVO Dave McRae.
Hello.
AmiVO Garnet Williams.
I don't know why I said hello. Maybe I should say goodbye. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all.
I'm AmiVO Mike Pongracz. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and until we meet again in the year 2014, we wish you a very festive and hearty holiday!
Merry Christmas.
The AmiVO's and Friends Super-Funtastic Happy Hour VOdcast Holiday Special was born away in a manger, no crib for a bed, and was written, produced, and starred Mike Pongracz, Garnet Williams, and Dave McRae. I'm Sam Cook. From all of us here at AmiVO headquarters, have a Merry Christmas, or whatever you celebrate with your loved ones, and a very Happy New Year. Thanks for listening.